transfer case. I am so stoked. I'm gonna get a front drive shaft done ASAP. I think I hear a cat meowing. That's weird. Oh no, did one of my cats get in the law? So, like I was saying from the last video, we are doing the 4x4 shifter and the linkage today. Sweating my butt off, dying in the garage, trying to run back and forth and get this stuff done, keep the neighbors occupied, all that fun joy. So, like I was saying, we did get I think this is an NBS. It was like a mid 2000s, maybe a little bit later, 2010-ish. Four-wheel drive, obviously, like 1500 maybe? I don't know. It was just a cab that had a shifter, and a buddy has a bunch of trucks. So I went and threw him 20 bucks. Got all this. Did do a rough mark out for this already. This bolts to the shifter assembly itself. So in reality, the cut that we need is just to allow this to sit in there, and then this flange will grab onto the floor itself. It has some like nice sealing like sticky stuff on it. That'll be pretty nice there. There's hardware that I made sure obviously to keep to bolt this on. Worst case, with this being a little scuffed up and dirty, you can just go ahead and clean it, throw a little paint on it, something like that. It kind of matches the floor as is. We'll take it out there and I'll show you guys in a few seconds. We need a razor blade to cut the carpet. I got one in my hand. I just realized I was about to do it with a raw razor blade, and I have an actual razor knife assembly over there. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the razor knife assembly and be smart about this. Take this out, show you guys the hole, rough that mark out, and then there's no turning back. Cut a hole in my nice mostly rust-free square body, and start installing all of this stuff. Figure out some linkage. I do not believe the stock Silverado piece would have fit. It actually may have, looking at it, but I still don't think it would have. And I would rather just throw, you know, I spent like $20 less than that piece was on this linkage and the two spherical ends. So we'll get the shifter portion figured out, then worry about linkage. I mean, as long as this bolts in and out, I can modify that, no problem. And then modify the transmission thing. I can unbolt that, pull it out, bring it in here. No mess with, you know, trying to figure out welding underneath there or anything. The Rambletron continues. Now, I think we go install some parts. Let's go. Ta-da! Like I was saying, rough idea of what I need. We'll cut the larger square out with the razor knife, give us more clearance, and then that was just the shape I think I need for the bottom of this to clear. I'll just replicate that onto the actual floor. This covers everything nice. As long as I don't cut super far outside of this, everything should be great. I have the hardware that it came with, but they were welded in nuts on the sheet metal, so I'm not sure what I want to do there. Probably just nut and bolt it. Worst case, end up then taking the welder out, climb under there a different day or something, today maybe, and we'll just tack all the nuts to the body, replicate the actual stock NBS, OBS, whatever body style. But I guess no turning back. Let's get to cutting. Yeah, I hate this. Forgetting my cab was a diesel cab from the factory. I had the factory, was it Chevy rubber mat underneath the carpet, which is jute mat under that, and yeah, this turned into an ordeal. There's what? Oh crap, 2 layers, 3 layers. And then we're down to the kill mat that I put down, but I got a rough measurement. I hate this part because I don't want to mess. You get one chance to cut a nice hole. So I got a good idea of what I wanted, and this is just a decent start. I'm gonna probably have to come out and whittle it a little more or something like that. But what I'm wanting here is this flat lip, how it has the bend and it's supposed to catch the floor. I'm wanting that to go under to the flat of this. And then I would love to be able to just drill the holes for some nut and bolt combo setup, whatever, yada yada. I can't think English right now. Yeah, just something like that. I notched a little piece of the carpet to hopefully try and get, yeah, in my mind, if I can get it attached like that, I can get this down and whatever. I mean, if I have to, you know, cut a little bit of this on the side, that's no big deal. It's not the end of the world to trim some plastic. And as long as I can get it to land back down on these 3 bolts, that matches the one here and the 2 there. So I could theoretically make this actually look really, really nice if it comes out nice. I'm not gonna film the cut because it's just some sparks and you'd be filming like this while I'm going. If you guys were here in person, you just stand and look at it like this. I guess I could film that. You guys want to see that? Nah, you don't. All right, it's bright, it's sunny. I'm gonna turn the music back on to entertain my neighbors. See you guys in a few seconds when a big hole appears in my floor. I love being able to just pause that stereo with a button. But, yeah, we can clean that up. A little bit ugly. A little bit ugly. But at the same time, no, it's not ugly. So, shifter does fit in there. I got a couple of these holes marked. I'm not gonna go through shoving it all under the carpet like I have to do. I need to get the vacuum in here and clean this all up. But so far, so good. Lines up the way I think it needs to. I have made a mess. I had dogs helping me, but they've all run away because every time I turn on the grinder. But so far, so good. Do not know how to remove this stupid shift knob yet, but I'll cut this damn thing, or I'll cut this or something, because I want I don't know, I want something cool and old school on there. And it kind of fits, but whatever. Drill some holes, get some hardware, figure that part out, make sure I can actually clean this up real quick, and then make sure this is gonna get attached. From there, it's jumping under and figuring out the linkage on the new transfer case. But for now, I got some more holes to make, and I got a hole to stare at. Alright, we're back in the garage now. We have Napa goodies to be able to finish the linkage, along with, if I can find this and not drop it, a little piece of solid stock like I had said from Home Depot. We have the shifter from the truck side that I yanked out, and that's the little ball with this, what is this, like a little rubber cushion. We're going to be cutting that ball off on that side, and then the actual transfer case side is this little arm, same dealie. I'm going to be cutting that side off, and that side is slotted for this bolt, and it lines up and bolts in. So with the plan here, like I said, chop both these off. This one spins freely, so I think I'm just going to grind the nub off on the back and see if I can just reuse the hole that will be left over. This one does not spin freely. It's like a big, large pressed over piece. So I think I'm just going to end up trying to cut it, see what's left over, drill a hole if not. But this is the part that, so replacing those, I couldn't, usually these are at like an Ace Hardware, you know, Wilco Farm Store or something like that, and I couldn't find them for some reason. Found them on Napa, could have gotten them on Amazon, but not as fast, so thankfully they're just a, let's see if the camera wants to focus this in. Yeah, they're just a threaded ball joint, so it's 1/4 28 on the inside, 1/4 28 on this little stud, and like I said, it just wiggles around. So obviously anybody who does any sort of fabrication, anything, you have an idea of what's going to happen here. Like that, with a little piece of rod in the middle. I mean, ta-da, like that. And then whatever length I need, and that will connect one side to the other side. The ball joints are going to, they're literally the exact same part that we're going to be cutting off. Let me see this. I mean, if you, actually it would be shaped this way. Look at that, exact same thing, more or less. This gives it a little wiggle, a little wobble. So what we gotta do here is take the solid stock and we need to thread it. So I'm going to flatten the end off a little bit because they just rough cut it from Home Depot. Square it up, and then I'm just gonna throw some taps on it. Throw some threads on it with getting divorced. My first marriage, all that came out of it was a bitchin' tap and die thing. Let's see. Need this. But what was I using? Half 13 for something. I got it back. And I need this one. 1/4 28, and that's for the inside and the outside threads. Just drop these in, line up the screws, yada yada yada. Once this is all done, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to thread one side of it just to begin with, and I'm going to thread, I don't know, probably a good solid inch, more or less. Actually, I'm going to thread about an inch. I'll thread enough that it can take all the way until.
That's what she said.
And then I'll back it about halfway to start for adjustment, obviously, and then we'll cut those balls off.
What do you mean by that?
Go from there. Measure, all that, yada yada. So right now a bunch of noise going on in the background because I have the stereo going and I'm watching a Booster Boys video, so 1 second. Instead of my lazy ass turning off any music, I come to you guys. Knocked that one out. Like I said, bolt, simple, same thing. Bolt, connect these two with a piece of rod. So let's go reinstall these in the truck. Take the piece of rod that we threaded one inside now, and then we can thread the other side, cut it to length. Ta-da! Strip linkage. Simple as that, right? Wanted to go over the hole in the floor. So pretty simple square. This little corner is actually, I could cut it more if I wanted to and beat it in. I just left it because I don't necessarily need to trim all this, and it actually sits a little bit on it and supports it. But I wanted to also show how it literally just drops in. Pull the mat up so it can tuck under the carpet. I'll do the bottom mat too. One-handed. This isn't easy. Two hands, pretty easy, but same thing. Just do the side carpet, do the top carpet, slide it over where it goes, and ta-da, she's in place. It's not too shabby. Like I said before, this. See how it's gonna focus. Doesn't want to focus. It's just blown out. There we go. It's just a blown out hole compared to that one. This is my ex-wife and Gail. Yeah. Toss this in. Throw the 10 mils side, bottom, top, and then we'll go back down below. Transfer case. Measure out that. And I will see you guys in a second. Okay, double checking before I make a mistake. Just seeing. Okay, that's the 2-wheel drive stop. So where it should just be sitting. 2-wheel drive. Tape measure. Squeaky paper slides in here. And I don't know if we're really gonna be able to see this There's no way I'm being able to take the measurement with one hand either. But we have this turnbuckle tightened, aimed forward to that turnbuckle. They're actually fairly, it's hard to tell visually, but they're really, really close to being in line. So I'm gonna take a measurement. Oh, we can't see anything now. I'm gonna take a measurement halfway on each of them, like 3/4. So there's a little threading adjustment, and I'm gonna cut that bar, thread the other side, tighten them together, and see if I have working linkage. So let's find out if that actually all plays out the way I think it's gonna. Of course, as daylight is dwindling away here, finishing up the cut and the last of, man, the stupid vise being not mounted down makes life so great. Last of the threads here, spin this guy, whoa, all the way off, and ta-da. Nice little bar, a little bit of threads, a little bit of anti-seize. Toss these ends on, get under the transfer case, and see if this clicks and works. Obviously I'll have no idea because no front drive shaft. I guess it will spin the output and we can look at that together. Seems like the thing to do. No idea. I have no idea if we're actually gonna be able to see anything in the dock. But look at from there to like somewhere there's a bar. And it works, kind of, sort of. I don't know. I think I need to start the truck. So, I have the keys. I have the flashlight. I'm gonna leave the flashlight sitting right there. And yeah, I guess we'll see. Before I go through and can't see anything in the dark, before I put the cover back on or anything like that. There's no reason to do all that without knowing does the damn thing work or not. So let the glow plugs go, and give it a minute or two, let it warm up, and I guess we're gonna see if I can shift four-wheel drive and if the front output spins. We'll use the flashlight, lay under there.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Actually, I don't know how I'll do that because I would have to. We might have to rig up the GoPro or something. We'll figure this out. I think this is gonna work. Don't want to try it that, but here. Up in here, and if you notice, that's in 4 high. So let's go back to okay, we're back in park. Oop. I think I was in 4 high because it's definitely trying to push through the brakes. Like, it's not using, I guess it'd be the gear minute? I don't know. I'm kind of freaking myself out here. Oh. Okay, we're back in neutral. And let's see. Now we're in park. There we go. It's a little aggressive to pull. I think that's normal, but that's 4 low. I don't want it to throw check engine light by me trying to move. I'm so nervous, but I think it's working. Until we get a front drive shaft, we really can't tell. All I know is the T-case is moving the way it's supposed to. So here, let's leave the light on and see. Can I just go to 2-wheel drive now? That would be 2-wheel drive. You hear the clunks of the T-case engaging and working. So now if we're in 2-wheel drive, theoretically I should just be able to back up. Go forward. It's working. It's driving again. Ugh, I hate when I put it in park too fast. It always clicks like that. The thing that's worrying me is I just gotta wire up the 4 low and get the drive shaft in. It's really all I can do. And actually then verify. But I mean, this is working. This is clicking the way it should. So I think we're gonna go ahead and back on like this. Yeah, and wrestle that guy back on there. Ta-da! I'm gonna get a washer that's gonna fit inside there. I'll tighten those little torques back down. But I think, boys and girls, we have 4-wheel drive. Obviously, I need to get a front drive shaft made. My stereo is so funny when it does that. Yeah, obviously I need to get a front drive shaft made. And then we need to go test this thing and see 4-wheel drive donuts. Does it get stuck in some mud with these Pavement Princess tires? I don't know. But like I said, a bunch of short, sweet, simple, to-the-point videos lately instead of long 30-40 minute Rambletrons. Knocked out some 4-wheel drive linkage. We now have shifting 4-wheel drive shifter with linkage to a manual transfer case. I am so stoked. I'm gonna get a front drive shaft done ASAP. I think I hear a cat meowing. That's weird. Oh no, did one of my cats get in the loft? Well, I guess we're ending it that way. With the cat saying hello, me saying goodbye, and Average Joe Builds, we're out of here. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more. Hit that subscription button if you haven't already. You know the deal.